In this video we're gonna rank the top 10 best episodes of all time in One Piece according to IMDb, and I can guarantee you that some of the episodes are gonna shock you. And starting with number 10, Odin wouldn't be Odin if it wasn't boiled. Episode 974, Odin's episode, and I can see why this episode can join the top 10 list. And with number 9, it's the disappearing crew, and it's episode 405, the final day of the Straw Hats crew, and I can totally agree on why this episode can join that. Because in my opinion, the shonen industry in general doesn't have this feeling. Sometimes it's just a similar, let's just talk about Bleach or something like that. It doesn't have the feeling where you feel desperate and none of the your alliance, the guys that fight for the good guys, are strong enough to fight the evil guys. And in that case, it was actually Kuma that turned out to be a nice guy, but that's not our case. The thing is, when the narrator said that the Straw Hats are defeated and Luffy was defeated for the first time, it was super brave decision by Oda Sensei in my opinion. So that's why I feel like that moment was special, and that's why Shabundi arc is actually one of my favorite arcs in One Piece, because of that brave decision from Oda Sensei. And with number 8, and oh my god, episode 965, the clash between Whitebeard and Roger. Should I speak more? No. Why? Because it was a clash between Whitebeard and Roger, man. We've been waiting. Wait, it was episode 965, right? We've been waiting for his 964 episodes for this moment, man. So if you're gonna ask me why this episode should join the top 10 list of the best episodes of all time in One Piece, I don't know what to say to you, man. It was just Whitebeard and Goldie Roger. That simple. They were just casually fighting. And with number 7, nothing happened in number 7. And in number 6, and funny thing that I actually watched it like 2 days ago or something, and it was episode 808, Heartbreaking Duel, Luffy versus Sanji part 2. And oh my god, this episode made me cry, man. This episode made me feel like that. Why there are some people that hate Sanji? I mean, I do realize that there are a lot of people that hate some of the weird stuff that it's actually unhateable, if I should say. But this episode, man, was so emotional that I can literally see it for like 10 times in a row, and I would totally cry in those 10 times, man. It was super emotional, and this just describe you. Whenever Oda Sensei wants you to actually cry, he's gonna make you cry, alright? And with number 5, and it was episode 1062, and as many people say that, I totally disagree on that it was the greatest fight in One Piece anime, as their opinions say, okay? And it was the 3-sword style of the Supreme King versus Zoro, or if I should say the winner, Zoro versus King, and it got 9.8 out of 10 in IMDb. And with number 4, and it was episode 1017, and it was the 5 Supernova fighting 2 Yonko, fighting Kaido and Big Mom at the same time. And I can see why this episode can join the top 4 list, man. It was super awesome to see our boys got so strong that they can fight 2 Yonko at the same time, man. It was just super special, man. You can feel it. I mean, if you watched One Piece for a long time, if you watched 1,000 episodes of One Piece, and you started watching 1017, and you watched Luffy, Zoro, Kid, Killer, and Law fighting Yonko, fighting 2 Yonko, fighting Kaido and Big Mom at the same time, it's just gonna make you feel goosebumps, and it's just gonna make you feel emotional, because our boys really got super strong to fight 2 Yonko at the same time. And with number 3, and we're finally in the top 3 greatest episode of all time, the greatest episodes of all time in One Piece according to IMDb. It is episode 485, Whitebeard versus Blackbeard, the old generation versus the old versus the new generation. And oh my god, man, this episode can make you go into crossroads, can make you start loving Blackbeard as the evil he is, and it can start make you hate the shit out of Blackbeard because he is a total jackass. And he did that to our lovable, to our beloved Whitebeard, our daddy, and that's really was unfortunate. but it was really an emotional episode, and oh my god, how many emotional episodes was there in that top 10 list. And I can totally feel it, okay? It was just Whitebeard versus Blackbeard fighting their asses off, and of course Whitebeard smashed the shit out of Blackbeard until Blackbeard realized that there's no way he can defeat Whitebeard unless he uses his old shit form, which is to call his crew and to shoot Whitebeard until death, unfortunately. So yeah, that was the number 3. And with the top 2, the final 2, and starting with number 2 immediately, I just literally said Whitebeard. I literally said Whitebeard in the number 3 spot. So in the number 2 spot, it was Ace's death. It was episode 483, where I kind of started the whole donut thing when Ace unfortunately declared his death, if I should say. And yes, it was one of the most emotional moments in One Piece history. It was the moment that I felt desperate. It was the moment that I felt One Piece is just something special. I mean, it's not something special at that moment. I was totally like upset. How the hell would you make Ace dead, man? It was so wrong at that time that when we got into the story even more deeper, if I should say, I realized that, oh my god, how brave Oda Sensei was to make that huge decision to kill Luffy's brother, to kill the son of Goldie Roger. Oh my god, I just realized that Ace is Luffy's brother and the son of Goldie Roger, and technically the son of Whitebeard. He sailed with him on that ship and they call him Father Oyaji. So oh my god, man, Ace, you're a freak, man. Okay, so yeah, that was really an emotional and sad episode in the history of shonen history. The history of shonen history? Does that make sense? And with number 1, and if you're ready, guess the wait, there was 2 episodes. Okay, I'm now gonna explain why episode 1015 wasn't there. Because as you know, some people that hate One Piece just does that weird thing when they get into IMDb and they create a lot of accounts to just downvote or to downrate the episode of One Piece or the episode of Attack on Titan or the episode of any anime is there. Unfortunately, I don't know why there are people that does that, but yeah, episode 1015 wasn't there on that top 10 list because of that reason. Because you know, when that episode was there, episode 1015 was basically chapter 1000, so the hype was there. So people that hate One Piece knew that chapter 1000 is actually coming in the next couple of weeks. So let's get ready and create a lot of fake accounts to just make this episode a shitty rated episode in IMDb. So the number 1 is, you've already guessed this since 1015 isn't there, it is the moment where Goldie Roger became the king of the pirates, where the moment that Goldie Roger laughed. Episode 968, the Pirate King is born, arriving at the last island. And oh my god, while just reading the title, man, it just gave me goosebumps just reading it, and I really want to watch it again, man. Roger's journey with his crew, man, we've been waiting to see that since episode 1, man. Do you realize that we didn't start One Piece with Luffy, we didn't start One Piece with Shanks, we didn't start One Piece with Zoro, we started One Piece with Roger's execution, with the Pirates King execution, and I originally started One Piece for Roger, man. I heard that there's a story where there's a Pirates King, and he did everything, and he left his treasure somewhere, and people are trying to find it. So yeah, I literally watched One Piece. Basically, I watched One Piece for Roger. So when I started watching it, the first few seconds of One Piece was basically just Tomi, Mense, Chikara. Do you wanna find Roger's treasure? He left it there. And boom, the execution of Goldie Roger. So we've been waiting for this moment for a long time, man. To see Roger, to see Roger's crew, to see the moment he became the Pirates King. So wherever you're gonna tell me there's a new chapter, episode that is better than that, I would totally disagree with you on that, and I'm really sorry to say that, but the moment Roger became the Pirates King, the moment Roger reached Laugh Tale, man, that was just so emotional, I cannot even describe it. The only moment that can match that, basically, is when our crew that we lived with for basically many years for you guys, it is the moment where Luffy and his crew became or reaches Laugh Tale, and this moment where they just be laughing like what Roger's pirates did. I will be totally agreeing with some people when they say that this episode / chapter is the best of all time. So yeah, that was the top 10 most rated episodes in IMDb history in One Piece. Get out of here!